I was in Ohio this week for a corporate event. And if you've never done these kinds of gigs, there's a part of it that sounds a lot more glamorous than it actually is. You picture it like, you're going to drop into this town, do your show, take a bow, head home. It's not exactly how it goes. This was a daytime event, so I had to come in the night before. By the time it wrapped, there was no way I was going to drive home. So there's another night in a perfectly fine, completely forgettable hotel in a town where, to be honest, there's just not a whole lot going on. And then there's the gig itself. That's cool. That's 4 hours. That's the work. That's what you came here for. The rest of the time, you're just, kind of there. Now, don't get me wrong. This is the job, man. This is what we signed up for. But it's a good reminder that this business isn't built on the highlight reel. It's built on showing up and delivering when it counts. And, for me, this gig counted. So I'm working the cocktail hour, doing strolling magic, moving from group to group, just, getting the room going. I walk up to this table, one guy, a few women. And before I even start, he looks at me and says, "So this is just a side hustle for you, right?" Just drops it right there. And now, you got a decision to make right here. Because if you do this enough, if you do enough of these gigs, you're going to run into this moment. Now, most of the time, people do one of two things. They either fire back with a line or they try to explain themselves. I think both of these are a mistake. What I did was I just look right back at him and I say, "What do you mean?" Like I genuinely did not understand. Now he has to explain that comment out loud in front of everyone, which he doesn't really want to do. So he kind of just backs off right there. And now here's the key part. From there on, I don't say anything else about it. I just go straight into, the work, my set. I hand him the deck, have him take out a card. He signs it. We go in a really strong routine. No jokes about it. No callbacks. I just let the trick hit. At the end, I play it like something went wrong. The card doesn't show up where it's supposed to. And then there's one card left in his hand and he's sure it's not his. He turns it over. It's his signed card. And that is it. You can see it hit him. The whole, "This is just a side hustle, right?" That whole thing just disappears. He's genuinely fooled. And the question just answers itself, doesn't it? No comebacks needed. And that's really the point. You don't need a clever line. You need strong material and the confidence to let it do the talking. You don't have to win the moment with a line. If your material is strong enough, the magic answers the question for you. And once that happens, nobody asks if this is a side hustle anymore.